Hello, bearded bee people. Welcome back to B&K So, as you may know, because of all of the split videos, well, I guess all of them, I think I've only done one. First day of July splits, I planned on doing a bunch of videos and forgot my tripod. But so, because of the split video that I just put out, you know that I'm making splits, and you know that it's mid-July, and a question that I get asked a lot, especially this time of year, is how late is too late to be making splits? And that's a difficult question to answer with a one-line answer. You need to know a lot more, like what kind of split you want to be making and what kind of eventual situation you want that split to be in going into winter. So we are making, this is our last round of splits here in mid-July, and these are with queen cells. If I do make any more splits at all throughout the rest of the year, it will be with mated queens. But my general line of thinking is I want each hive to have about 2 months, 6 weeks to 2 months of laying queen flight action before cluster time, before the bees are deciding it's time to start, acting like winter bees and clustering at night and all that. So my mark for that is the beginning of October, because we never know what's going to happen here in Michigan. In October, we can get just real frigid weather. It could be, flight weather the whole month, but you just definitely cannot plan on that. So I want to have all of August and all of September with a mated and laying queen, and I want them to have flight time throughout all of that in order to propolize everything together and gather stores and have the ability to put up the syrup that I'm going to give them to make them appropriate winter weight. So my idea is, in terms of making a split with a queen cell or a walkaway split, early July is about as early, or early to mid-July is about as late as you should go with that, in my opinion. And then if you're going to push it a little bit further, late July, early August is about as late as I would do it with a mated queen. Because once again, I want them to have about 2 months to really, really seal everything up and make sure that everything is, looking good for winter. And so it takes them some time also to take in the syrup that I give them and dehydrate that enough so it doesn't turn into booze and all that kind of stuff. So you can definitely get into trouble trying to push this envelope and go late in the year. So as it goes later into the year, we're pulling stronger and stronger splits. We did do those thin splits on the Angry Hive like a week or 10 days ago, and those may or may not need a frame of brood before the end of this month in order to be able to have enough bees to take care of the eggs that queen is going to lay. But regardless of those splits, the splits we're doing now this week are 5 frame minimum, and we're talking 4 frames of solid sheets of brood. So that, once again, when the queen comes back from her mating flight, there's more than enough nurse bees and more than enough resources to be able to take care of everything that she wants to do. Because these young queens, not having gone through a spring buildup, really like to lay up a large nest through and up until the beginning of October. So what we like to do is make sure that they have enough bees to make sure that they can rear a large nest throughout those last 2 months of the bee year, and then kind of shrink that nest in on to a more appropriate October size while I'm putting the winter syrup on them. So they're gonna really brood up in August and September, and then in October I am going to put a bucket of syrup over top of them, or late September, and that syrup is kind of going to shrink that brood nest. As those bees emerge, it's going to shrink and shrink and shrink, and they're going to backfill that whole area. And then these 10 frame singles that will go into winter are just going to be heavy as heck. Every single frame in the box is going to be heavy as heck, and there are going to be tons and tons of young winter bees because of these young queens that had the latter portion of the year to brood up. So Let me know if you have any questions. That might have been a lot of information in a quick little video, but once again, my idea is I like to have 2 months of mated laying queen and 2 months of flight time before October. So this is about the last time I will be doing anything without a mated queen, and if I make any splits later than mid-July, it will be with a mated queen. So get out there and get your splits done if you still haven't done your increases and you're in this geographical area, because our time is ticking down. So as you see here, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 splits in this yard today. I still have that pallet there and then that pallet there to go through. It was so hot earlier and I was drenched in sweat and I had forgotten anything to drink that I felt like I was going to pass out, so I had to leave earlier, go get something to drink and cool off. And so now I'm back not to do that work. I'm going to do that tomorrow, but I am back to pick these splits up to bring them back to the queen yard so that when I have queen cells ready for them, all I have to do is walk it out of the door and place them in these hives. So just to show you what I mean by strong splits, we're doing 5 framers, not 5 frames in the box, but 3 are covered with bees. 5 frames of bees, bee covered frames. So 4 sheets of brood, 1 frame of food, and then these singles, it's even more than that. I believe that one has 7 and that one might have 8, with at least 5 sheets of brood and a bunch of food. Those are heavy already. So once again, they're going to have the resources available to take care of anything, all those eggs and stuff that queen puts in there. Not stuff, it's just eggs. All those eggs that turn into larvae and are going to need food, they're going to have enough bees and enough food to take care of that. And by October 1st, I imagine these boxes are going to be just jam-packed full of bees and super, super heavy. So let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, I think that was a lot of information in a real quick video, but it's an important topic and one that you can really, really shoot yourself in the foot if you don't, pay attention to it. Because we don't, as humans, we aren't necessarily thinking about winter in July, mid-July. It's hot. It's like 94 degrees right now. But these bees are, and they need a lot of things to be set right in order for me to feel good about them going into winter. So that's why this is our last round of splits. So thanks for watching. Get out there and have some fun with your bees. See ya.